All right, everyone. So sorry for the wait. We're going to get started. Just had a few technical issues we had to clean up with the stream. So, wow, there's a lot of people here. Super excited that you could all come. And this is probably like the most we've ever had for an event in like the past 3 years. So, excluding general buying meetings. So thank you all for coming. And with that, I'm going to hand it off to Aryan. So give a warm welcome.
Hi, everyone. You can switch slides. Okay. Yeah, so my name is Aryan. I'm a sophomore CS major, computer science, and yeah, I'm also the faculty director of the Cybersecurity Club. So I bring in the faculty, like the professors who all like might be teaching you. I bring them, and they also give us talks. We might have one in November, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, today's workshop is about Unix. So just by a show of hands, how many of you have like heard of the term Unix before? Okay, cool. That's cool. And how many of you think that you know Unix very well, that you would be bored in this workshop? It might happen. Might happen. So even if you think like this is too beginner level for you, don't worry. This guy has some more interesting stuff. I'm just here to get us up to like everybody's the same base. So yeah, to change it to here. Okay, yeah. So in case you don't have Linux or a Mac OS installed on your computer, or like if everybody wants to stay at the same level, just go to CoCalc. Actually, you might want to search online Linux on Google or whatever browser you're using, and just click on CoCalc, and it will like open up a terminal for you. A terminal is a place to like write the Linux commands you're trying to use. So just let me know when, like, I think it should not take more than 2 minutes, but if anybody has any issues, just feel free to speak up. Let's give them a minute or two.
If anyone needs help, just raise your hand. You have people that will walk around and help out.
Yeah. Yeah, and when you're done, feel free to hold up a thumbs up so that I know that people are good to go. Do you help?
Is this it?
Yeah, it's starting up. Yeah. No question. Yeah. No, you can just open the macOS. So macOS, so if you have a Mac or running Linux, you can just open the terminal. That also works. This is mainly for people with Windows, so they can just like use Linux. Yeah. Yeah, this is it.
My backpack was in this car. What's up? Now you're stuck. You're in the stream. You're in the stream. He stole my backpack. Get out of the stream. Get out of the stream.
Just join the workshop now.
Just join the workshop.
Yeah. No, you don't have to. You can.
This ED lab work or whatever you're doing. Should take a seat on the floor. I'll take a seat on the floor. Is there like a charger somewhere here? Over there.
He could sit in any room. There's about 100 rooms.
I think you're good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Does everybody have the terminal open, either online or on their computer? Yeah. Okay. Does anybody not have it open right now? Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, the files on a computer, they are kind of stored like a tree. So if you have taken 187 or are taking it, this is kind of like a tree data structure which you will see. But besides like getting into technical stuff, it's really simple. So the slash you see, that's called a root. We don't need to get into like the permissions and stuff, but that's basically like the original thing. So all our stuff, like everything is a subdirectory of that. And when I say subdirectory, a directory is like a folder, so it can hold files. So there are only two kinds of things here. Either there's files or folders. So, and folder and directory we can use interchangeably. So a folder can hold files, and a file can like just hold any kind of data. And like I'm pretty sure all of us have like seen various kinds of files, like Python files, text files, we are going to very soon create a file through the terminal. So I don't know how many of you have done that before, but it's pretty cool once you're starting off. So yeah, this is the file system. We're going to navigate this. So yeah, so right now with your terminal open, I want you to type ls and like see what comes up. Just type ls and hit enter. Yeah. Okay. So this ls is like usually lists of all the files in the terminal. So it's like if you, so right now we can, okay, let's start by creating our own folder right now. So this command right here, the last command, mkdir, that stands for make directory. So I want you to type like make directory space and the name of a directory. So that's like you're creating a folder through a terminal. Yeah, take a minute to do that. It's just like if you have ever like use the mouse to create, like right click and then create folder. It's just doing that but through a terminal, and it's like once you get into the habit of it, it's like way faster than like navigating to the desktop and like right clicking, create a folder and stuff. Yeah.
I was just fixing the stream title.
Okay, start the clicker. Is there a microphone in here?
It's my computer.
What?
It's my computer.
Microphone for like the speaker system. What's that?
It doesn't work.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to try it for fun?
It's in a different room.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this microphone doesn't belong.
Really? There's no microphone in here? That's kind of weird.
Yeah. The student microphone. Table microphones work.
What'd you say?
Table microphones work. On each.
I know what you're talking about. I know, that's what I said. I can start night. What is this for? How do you know? What?
I grabbed it from a different room.
Yeah, it's S140.
Wait, can I see?
Yeah, I mean, it says it on the back.
Yeah. So now that I hope that everyone's written down, done make dir, if you want to check the directory that you just made, if it exists, then type ls again, and then you should see the directory in there. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's it. So now I think you might get what I meant by ls list file. So if we were to create another file or another directory, then we could ls and that would also be listed. So let's try to create a file now. So the third point, touch, that's used to create a file. So makedir was to create a directory, touch is used to create a file. So in the same way you created a directory using makedir, just write down touch space and the name of the file you want to create. So you can just like choose any name and create txt file for just to follow the workshop. So something like touch your name .txt if you want to create a text file, or just whichever file you want to create. Okay. Okay. Yeah, just 1 second. Just give them a minute to do this. Yeah, and once you did that, just try ls again to see if the file is also listed. Oh. Is everybody able to see their folder and the file?
Or you could try.
Huh? Okay, good. That's good. Are you all able to see the folder and the file? Yeah, so these are the basics. These are used to just like create the file and create directories and stuff. That's one. Yeah, so we just created a file through the terminal. Now we are actually, yeah, so we just created a file through the terminal. Now we are actually going to write stuff through it through the terminal. So you might have used, I don't know, Notepad, VS Code and stuff, but there's actually ways to write down stuff through the terminal. So it's like just open the terminal and you do everything through there. So we are going to use Nano. It's like the easiest to use. There are others like Vim, Emacs. People get really into really big arguments about which is better, but we just use Nano. It's like people would shit on it, but it's easy, so it'll get us through here. So just write Nano space the file name. So you might want to open the file you just created using touch, using Nano. You'll get a kind of ancient looking in text editor, but that's terminal editors in a nutshell. And just when you open it, just like start typing out stuff. So just like write down 2-3 sentences, because we're going to try to see these sentences and like stuff we write.
You want Nano? I have Nano. Do you want to show it?
Sure.
You don't have that.
Yeah, I think it would take longer than.
Yeah.
Because right now after this is the interesting part where I show cat, grep, and man pages and stuff. So, yeah. Okay, actually I should show, then I can move on.
Oh, you want to show them?
Yeah. So from the terminal.
Yeah, I got you.
Everyone's good.
So this is just like I think you're up to
Oops.
or I can like show you.
Oh, you can open the profile here itself, so we could just like show it in the browser itself.
Well, I got terminal, so
Okay.
it's really
Feel free to just. Everyone's got Nano
Okay.
down. So.
Yeah, Sam is right there. That works.
Does anyone have a Mac charger?
Yeah, so this is just how, so Nano, just so like everybody's, this is so everybody on the same page, Nano and then the file name.
just
Yeah, txt. Yeah, caps lock. Yeah, and just like write down sentences. Yeah, so now how do you leave Nano? You just entered it, but to leave it, just press, just see the combo here. So for this is for Macs, it's Control plus X.
It's the same for
It's the same for Windows? Okay, so it should be the same for every operating system. It's just Control plus X. So you hit that, and it says something like save modified buffer. You just want to press the Y key. That's yes. So now it wrote down the changes, and just hit enter. There you go. That's it. Was everybody able to leave Nano? Because this often happens with terminal editors. You are able to get in, but you aren't able to get out. You have to close the entire terminal. It's I've been there. Yeah. So right now we just opened, so we just created a file. We wrote into it using the terminal, and now we are going to see if we can actually see the contents within the terminal itself. So this command cat is used to get the contents of the file. So if you type cat space the file name, then you can actually, like, it will print out the contents of the file in the terminal.
Do you want to try it?
Yeah. So I'll also show a cat file. That's fine. txt, and boom. It's like you get the contents of the file, so we can check that this was it in the file, just to be very thorough. This is what we wrote, and
Control X.
oh yeah, sorry. And this is what we got. So this is just to, like, it's kind of like printing the stuff you wrote down in the file in the terminal. So you can, like, this can be easily used to check stuff in files. Was everybody able to get this?
I'm gonna ask for it.
Yeah. I can roam out a bit. Yeah. Yeah. Were you able to get the cat thing? Is that what you're looking for?
Is the audio going through that?
We got spammed on the live stream.
Nice. I want to become famous.
We have 3 people.
Now I'm gonna say 3 to 5 people.
Oh, 8 people.
Oh, there you go.
Does anybody need help? Following along? Yeah, so cat is like it's a comparatively basic command because it's like printing everything of the file. Now is a really cool thing which I think you would use the most out of all the commands so far in cybersecurity. It's called Grep. So the definition has a complex word regex, which is like regular short for regular expressions, but basically it's just like control F in a doc. So it's like you're searching for a specific word. So it's like grep. The general format is grep options pattern files, which might seem intimidating at first, but a very simple use case could be the example written above. So if you just copy it like grep space -c and then a word that was in your file space the file name, then you'll actually see the number of times that word occurred in the file. So you can try it out and like it's pretty cool. Because you can use this to search for flags in files without like actually having to read through the entire file. The command the bottom of the text things here, but I had to type them in. It's supposed to have control and stuff, I think. Once you do that, I can like show them grep also.
Yeah, you can do that now.
Yeah, I also show you grep once just to like demonstrate how cool it is. Huh?
Well, someone isn't there.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Light, do you have a MacBook charger?
I don't. I'm
Yeah.
using one right now.
Huh?
I'm using one right now.
I run Windows.
Wait, I might have. I might have.
Like,
This is like the second last slide, so it doesn't matter.
Just don't check around. We'll check around.
Okay.
You start.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just like editing the file to like add more stuff. This is a MacBook 60. This is a 16-inch, right?
No, it's a 50.
Yeah, so I just edited my file and I'm going to output the entire file. So it's like if you see like it like this, so it just has like 6 or 7 lines, but it's still like a bit messy to look at. But if you like really want to streamline stuff and like if you're looking for, so if this is a file in an actual capture the flag event and you want to see how many times the word hello comes, so you would do something like grep c hello and the file name, that is, so you get 1. Oh, because it's separated by a space and everybody went quiet. Okay. Yeah.
How many lines?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
If you just do grep below, it'll count how many.
Oh yeah, sorry. So it's you have to use a different option, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you can find the can you open the slides? Yeah, so in the slides, if you go just search Geeks for Geeks and then Grep, then you can find the different options. So it's like we use -C, but if you use like, oh yeah, -C counts the number of lines. So hello came in the same line, but if you use a different flag, you could actually get the number of times it comes. So if we have time in the end, we can also try doing that and see the number of times the word comes. Yeah. So man pages are helpful if you get like if you forget what the command is to like go to the next directory. So it's like a Wikipedia where like you could search anything, or it's like Google, but it's right on your device. So you don't have to look up stuff. You can just like search it on the terminal itself. So basically everything you can do everything through your terminal. So to use a man page, just type man separated. Okay, I can show it to you. Yeah, man, and then what should we do? Grep. So man and grep. We get. Why is not working? Okay, it's loading. I think. Oh. Okay, yeah, there we go. So this is like inbuilt stuff here. So like you can read about man here. So you don't even have to Google stuff. You can just like scroll through this, and yeah, if you ever confused over what command to like what a command does, then you can just look up its man page.
Tell them how to.
It's Q, right? Yeah. And this is this thing with terminal stuff. You know, you see how you got in, but to exit, you might get very lost. I got lost for a second. Just type Q and hit, yeah. This, if somebody gets stuck, just type Q and you'll exit the terminal. Not terminal, the man page. Open the slides. I think it's the last one now. Yeah.
Do you want it?
Gilbert wanted us to do it. He said that people would like. Should we save it till the end? We could.
You should do it at
Huh?
least.
Okay, cool. Then skip it. Yeah. It's fine. Okay. Are you supposed to end at 8 or 8:30?
Well, we still have promises to.
Yeah, but he said it was like 20 minutes long. Okay.
You still have questions.
Yeah, I think this is the end of my talk. Now he'll switch over to his talk, which should be a bit more interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the
My
basics.
head's
I know
Yeah.
that with all that, it's very basic.
That's why
You can kind of breeze through it, but we do like to point out, because it really is one of the biggest fundamentals that you will use throughout. Linux is one of the most widely used things, and it's extremely useful when you can get good at it. That very simple usage of grep that we saw can be extrapolated. Grep's super powerful, and all these tools are really important, so I definitely encourage getting a solid basis in them, and just it'll be used, especially here. You'll even see it in the next one when we start talking about scripting here. So thank you all for the patience. So we switch over.
I won't spill it.
No, it's stream.
Oh.
You're good. Alright, you're good.
I'm good. Okay, I'll try standing. See what happens.
Alright,
All right.
Just here.
Switch? Okay, I'm sitting down. All right, let's see what my voice can do. Hello, everybody. Hi, hello, hi. I'm Thomas. I'm the industry director. I'll talk more about who I am, but right now, I want to get into setting up your environment for what I'm about to do with you, because you have to make an AWS account. I'm well aware that you need a credit card or debit card to do that. If you do not have one for any reason, that's fine. You can follow along with me on the screen, follow along with a friend, make a friend, whatever. But right now, we're going to try to make an AWS account. If you already have one, great. You're one step closer. It's all free, completely free. They will put a $1 hold on your credit card. They're not going to charge you that dollar. They're just doing it to make sure you exist and you're a real person. So this is kind of a bonus in my workshop, I'll call it, because wherever you go in life, Amazon's a $2 trillion company now. You're going to use this. It's a scary world we live in. I have to say that, but that's where we're at. And I'm moving the Twitch stream wherever that is. So we're going to skip all that, and we're going to go to the environment part. So basically, everybody go to aws.amazon.com, I believe is the link, and you're going to say sign up, and you're going to run through the screens. Why are we doing this now, you may ask? It's because they have to verify that you're real, because they don't want you, screwing up their system or whatever have you. It takes like maybe 5 minutes for them to verify this. Just run through the screens. It should take you about 1 minute. When it's all verified, we'll come back to the slide and we'll set it all up a little better. Yeah.
If you ever
Yeah,
run
you
into
can
issues,
go help.
just raise your hand and someone will come over.
It's all free. It's all free. It's a free account, and then you're going to make a free instance of something that you can run forever for free.
I love stealing Amazon money.
Yeah, I know, right?
This will cost them $100.
Yeah, probably. I'll text my dad.
Wait, yeah. Can your dad just get his stupid Amazon credits?
No.
UMass
I could
CTF?
talk to him,
UMass
but I don't
CTF?
think that's how that works. I know. It's all legal, whatever I said.
So we'll give them till like 45.
I'm going to say I'll give you a handful of minutes. Let me know if everything's dying on you. I'm sorry I'm making you do this, but trust me, it'll make a lot more sense, and it'll make all your lives easier in like 10 minutes. And now you'll have this for life. So sorry. You don't like AWS? You hate Amazon? Oh, my dad works there. Why don't you like Amazon? Because they're $2 trillion and they're scary. Yeah.
Well, this workshop will cost them $100.
I was gonna say, there you go. So you screw the man. This is all free tier. It's all free tier, and yet you're using their computers. Like whatever you're spinning up, it exists somewhere in the world, and it's using electricity that they're paying for, and hardware that they're paying for. So. We could use it just for a year. Yeah. I mean, you can free tier stuff for a long time. Yeah. I was gonna say free tier's a year, but even then, I was gonna say just make sure. Yeah. After we're done, shut your instance down, or else you'll get charged like 2 cents a month. Or something. It's like one. Yeah. I mean, realistically speaking, what we're using is like you're not gonna be running anything in the background. You know what I mean? So once you're done with it, it should just be it'll just be idling.
Oh, I recommend Google Cloud. They give you one.
We use Google Cloud. Google
We
Cloud's
use,
sponsored.
yeah, I was gonna say we use that for sponsorships. I'm using this only because it's easier to set up with like images.
The last competition we did last year, GCB sponsored us. The whole money.
GCB gives you one machine for free.
No, but we got like worldwide.
Yeah, I was gonna
service
say
for-
we got like $1,000 from
Yeah.
them for credits.
We hosted like a 2,000 person event on it. We need more this year. Or we swap to Amazon and your dad gets his connection.
Yeah, I don't know.
We just keep jumping companies.
Jumping
Getting more.
companies, yeah. Make
Who's
them
what's the one that starts with a D? It's like smaller.
DigitalOcean.
Yeah. I bet you DigitalOcean would chill for us.
Actually, DigitalOcean's nice. I have Steve.
Oh, do you want to go back to the setup so they can do the EC stuff?
Well, no, we'll get there. I mean, that'll take like a minute. I mean, the EC2 instance spinning up takes like 30 seconds. So. Yeah, and if it says like if you get like a screen like that, it means they're just verifying you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm doing this now, because that'll take like 5-10 minutes.
Dude, I hate how Amazon names all this stuff so weirdly.
SageMaker.
Like what? Like aren't all the products have funky names? Just say like virtual machines. Or like compute engine, like Google.
I mean,
Yeah, but
they're under categories.
Then it's
Don't
brand.
they have like an Arctic thing and then it's like
yeah.
data storage and now it's just their code name for the project and they never changed it?
Oh.
Bro, they have some good
All right, how we looking? People getting it done? People have AWS starting to get there. Is it working? Probably, maybe.
Can I go back?
Yeah. Once it says like your sign up's almost complete, you're good. Yeah, you're good. Yeah. I'm just doing this. Everybody has a standard. What? Sure. We'll get there when we get there. I just want them to make an AWS account. The other 6 steps are easy, and we'll get there. Once you get your account, we're good. Don't worry about the rest right now. All right, how's it looking? Everybody pretty much there? This table looking good? Maybe we got some thumbs up. You good? Is it working? You don't have a laptop. Oh well. All right, you seem good. You all good? Is it working? Maybe, possibly? Yeah, you just leave it there. I'm going to lecture on this up, and then we're going to get to actual I am a bee, yeah, because outside of the club.
Because I guess I don't
Yeah, well, and this is going to be all recorded there.
I think everyone's good.
It's like a 2-minute thing and explain like what the exploit is, like in terms of like real life.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Because I don't really know what the point is in real life, to quite honestly. I mean, I get it, but I don't.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start talking. If you're still setting up your AWS account, that's fine. Louder? All right. If you're still setting up your account, that's fine. I'm gonna start talking. I'm doing a quick, who am I? Hi, I'm Thomas, again. I'm a junior majoring in computer science. I'm minoring in business. I'm the industry director here. What that means is I bring in speakers from industries far and wide. What I mean by that is I've had speakers come in from...
So quiet.
I'm quiet?
I can barely.
Okay. I have speakers come in from far and wide. What that means is I have people come in from Google Cloud. I have people come in from Oracle. I have people come in from startups that are 5 people. I have the government come in from FBI. I've had basically you name it, I can get someone from there to show up to the club. People enjoy education and they feel like they're giving back to a community. I coordinate with a lot of sponsors like Google Cloud, for instance. They basically funded our entire industry for UMass CTF last year. I'm really hoping they'll do that again. They're really nice people. And possibly bringing in recruiters to recruit for cybersecurity later this year. That might be Akamai. I'm not quite sure on that yet, so don't quote me there. I've done internships with a tools team, a solutions team, a software engineering team. I've done that at restaurant software, I've done that at networking, and I've done that at Staples. Why am I telling you this? It's not to brag. It's the point being is that I'm trying to show you that whatever I'm about to teach you, it has to do with cybersecurity, but it also has to do with the broader view here of computer science and software engineering as a whole. All these skills I'm going to teach you are applicable at basically any job, anywhere. And outside of all this stuff, I put in, I'm the VP of the Games Hobbyist League. It's basically a board game club. I love board games. That's a little bit about me. So why are you here? Why is this important? Python is the most widely used programming language in the industry today, or one of them, rather. Many companies use it as their primary language. I've seen it used primarily in all sorts of fun things. And it's one of the biggest for scripting specifically. And scripting is going to help you no matter where you go. And I put why not? Because, knowledge for the sake of knowledge. Again, basically reiterating. And then it's one of the easiest programming languages to learn. And it's really great to use on your own. There's near unlimited capabilities for whatever you can do with Python, thanks to the libraries that we're actually going to use here in a little bit. I gave an example. There's one called Opencv, which is an open source image processing library. I've used that to make a speedometer. I've used that to make, do you know the Chrome Dino game? When you lose internet, there's that little dinosaur that's jumping around. I did that, but you wear a construction vest, and you are the dinosaur. So you get to jump, and the dinosaur jumps with you. So that's the type of fun stuff you can do with Python libraries, and that actually wasn't that hard at all. It's very fun to play around with, and trust me, there's a Python library for basically anything in the world. So what is scripting? You might be wondering. There's a Wikipedia definition that's really complicated. In human speak, it's automating things that you're going to do by hand. So maybe you're going to parse or process something like a JSON file or a CSV, an Excel sheet, and it's just trying to make repetitive tasks that you're going to be doing by hand just automatically for you. So making the machine work for you, not you work for the machine. And if you're interested in any of this kind of stuff, I would highly recommend talking to me because, as I said, this is like give or take what I've done at internships for like 3 or 4 summers in a row now. Something to do with scripting, automation, pipelines, all that fun stuff. Yeah. So now we're at the environment. Hopefully your AWS account has been verified by now. If it hasn't, wait a few more minutes, and I'm sure it's going to take a few minutes for people to get through this anyways. Basically, you're all going to go to AWS. You're all going to click on EC2. It should be up on the top left with services. That's what happens when you click on there. I'm going to start trying to help out people to help a neighbor. You know what to do. Raise your hand if you need help. Neither of you are AWS. Okay, yeah. So you're going to services. Yeah, you click services and then EC2. Top left. And then you basically just follow the instructions on the screen. So down there, you're going to click AMI. Usually it's 2 minutes. AMI, and then you're going to click that.
You know what he's asking?
Say public.
Can you use a credit card for
The search. And you're going to type in
Because the way they verify is they charge your link, and then your bank has to respond and say it's real.
Oh, right.
So that might, depending on your bank, you might the bank has to respond. Yeah. The bank has to like do a payment of $1 and then to like verify your person. That's just your account number.
So type in that payment.
Well, if someone
Yeah, you might have to.
This is very unfortunate. Well, you can follow along. You'll be able to understand all of it. And like how many and you should be able to follow. Maybe I can find someone else writing something similar.
Yeah.
Because it's like a pretty common protocol like a CDF channel. So there might be one
images, and then there you go, that's it. And then you're gonna click. You can follow it. I click launch. Yep. Yeah, so with the AMI name. I want the AMI name to be Cybersecurity. And then you're gonna launch it, and you're gonna make an EC2. AMI is an image. It basically means the machine I have on my computer, you're going to be handed it. So it's an exact replica of everything I have in my environment, handed to you, all set up, ready to go. Couple images. Search Cybersecurity. Did you make it? Yeah, just let it set up. You don't have to submit. What am I doing right now? So basically, I have files, I have configuration of these files for and it'd be a real pain in the ass to try to type this in. So instead, I made an image of my machine. So you're working on an image. You know, basically, that you have an IT administrator desk stuff. That's exactly. So you're getting an image of an EC2 server that you're going to launch. Essentially, another idea was like this service. You have to have a bunch of settings. And as people with Macs,
Making an AWS.
Okay, so you already got
browser. You're all.
yeah, so then go ahead. Yeah. Username comes after, right? Make sure you download it. You should be good. Thomas, you can't find the AMI. You search Cybersecurity. A lot of people can't find the AMI.
Yeah, so we
Wait, what?
the next
It has to be Ohio. It needs to be in Ohio. If you can't find the AMI, make sure you're on US East 2, which is Ohio. I hate Ohio. It's so bad. The UI is awful. Yes, because you're not supposed to use the UI. So what do I do? This is a little bit.
After that, and I'm saying that we will get this audio after that. Like, how do I open the terminal through here? Anyone have issues?
Trying to get everyone set up and see how quickly and how to SCP all that.
We'll take the advice.
Thomas might have a solution. I can hand you the file.
This is just
Tom.
Is there anyone that isn't set up that needs it like now? I assume we're good.
You're good.
Next.
You should be good for next.
Yeah. Start like yelling.
Seb can yell for you. You can yell for it.
Do you have presenter mode?
What do you
What do
mean?
you want me to do?
Presenter mode.
I can
Like,
To see slides or notes?
yeah. There we go. Yep, that's exactly what I want.
What do you want me to yell there?
No, I was just kidding.
I got it.
Oh, you can't block. Yeah, you have to keep your face up.
Okay.
You can zoom. You can hit the plus, I think, to make it bigger. There you go.
Alright, that works. Okay. Alright. I think basically everybody has AWS running, or everybody that probably is going to have it tonight running has it running. If you don't have it running, please just look on with a neighbor or look on whatever I'm going to do on my computer. I really can't do much else. What I'm going to do now is try to go over a real CTF challenge with you. That's from a CTF 2 years ago. We're going to use Python scripting for it. If you're completely lost as to whatever we're doing, I promise you it's really simple. It sounds complicated. It's not that bad. So all of you now have an AWS console open. It should be a black box. It has a bunch of random information. From the Linux commands you just learned, you can ls. See, there's files.
I don't think most of them are open terminal actually. Most of them just are on the screen where it shows running instance. Everybody is asking how do we SSH into
How do you don't SSH into it? You just click it. You click launch or connect. You click connect, and then you're going to change the username and click connect. So if you're lost, you just click the little box. Get in. Most people, I think, have.
Yeah.
You have it.
Yeah. All right. That's fine. Just keep going.
I say, all right, I got to keep going, man. If you're completely lost, please raise your hand, and we will help you. But if you're not, please type ls and then enter, and you will see a file. It's called 1000.tar.exe. I can't remember. .tar. So what a tar file is, it's basically a zip file. If you don't know what a zip file is, it's you compress a file. Now, to untar, quote unquote, unzip, untar, it's the same exact thing. You type tar, the letter X, the letter F, space 1000.tar. And now when you do that, you're going to see, if you ls again, that you get a file called 999.tar. And guess what happens if you untar that? You get a file called 98. Steps again, real quick. Yep. So
I'll write the command on the board.
Yep. Yep. So you're gonna type tar xf tar space xf space the file name. That's going to unzip or untar your file. However you want. That's the key. That's why you script. Now do you see? So you're gonna script it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. I will yell it as loud as I can one more time, and please stop competing with me for this room's volume because I can't yell much louder, else my voice is going to be lost. Tar space x f space file name. What you're doing with that is you're untarring the file. That means you're unzipping it, you're getting whatever's in that compressed file. What that's going to do is give you a new file. It's called 999.tar. Guess what 999.tar has in it? 9998, then 997, then 996, 1,000 times over again. So, here's the idea of scripting. This is why you want to script. Because you could, in theory, sit there and type this 1,000 times and then get the flag to win this challenge. Or you could write about, does this actually work? Hello? Oh, look at that. Oh, that's fancy. Or you could just type 1, 2, 3, 4, like 10 lines of code. And with 10 lines of code, you're going to be doing the same exact work. So what you're going to do is you can nano, you can vim, I don't really care. Just get whatever text editor you want, as Aryan showed you, to type nano, space, and then pick any file name you want, .py for Python. You already have Python installed, that was the whole point of this AWS thing. I know it was a pain in the butt, sorry, but now you have it for life. So when you're in there, now you have a blank file. It's a Python file. You can do anything you want with it. You can say print. You can say import. You can make a loop.
Do you want to type that into something, or do you want nano?
Yeah.
Or whatever command you want to show them.
Yeah, let's just copy paste this.
I got you.
Yeah, just Command C, Command V. All right, now that you're in there, basically, as I was talking about with libraries, there's one for tars. So what Larry is about to copy paste a bunch of code, and I'm going to run through it with you and explain to you file.py. No pi. .py.
That's fine.
Whatever.
Oh.
Basically, you see import tar file. That's going to be a library that you're using for tar files. What that does is you can extract files, you can close files, you can open files, you can do all sorts of fun stuff. I hope you all know what a for loop is by now, maybe if you're a computer science student. Basically, it's going to run through something X amount of times. There's someone calling me. Please go away. Lord. Yep. So by saying for I in range 99 to 0, what this is going to do is it's going to run through all 1,000 of those files. So it's saying file name, the I, which is your number, plus .tar. That's going to then say the 1,000.tar, the 999.tar, the 998.tar, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's going to open that. So it's going to look, and it's going to grab whatever's in there, and that will open that file. It's going to extract it, and then it's going to close it. It's going to do that 1,000 times. Again, you could do this by hand. That's completely possible, plausible. Probably take like 20 minutes. but this takes you maybe 1. Now, when everybody has this typed up, you don't need the everything past the number, the pound sign. You don't need that. Those are comments. Comments are not interpreted. Don't, just ignore them.
Where are they typing this? Where are they typing this?
In whatever file they want. Again, you type this in whatever text file you want. Just make sure it was named your first name, whatever. .py. Could be called test.py. Could be called flag.py. Could be called whatever .py. If you have questions, please ask. You've never used Python before. Please ask for help. Yeah, I know, right? It's so much easier to talk into this. Well, so you don't need the line that says print file name. That's just debugging. Basically just running through every single file. If you have that and it's not commented out, then it's just going to print 1099, all the way down to 1 in your terminal. That's a lot of output. EC2 probably won't like that very much, but I don't care. Need help? What's up?
Anyone on it right now?
It'll take a while to run.
I think people got it. Ugh. How do I get back to the slideshow? What? Slideshow?
Yeah. I'm in the stream.
Oh, Mac.
Fancy.
Okay.
As long as the mouse is focused on that window, you can. I just realized the stream has no idea what you're talking about.
Huh?
The stream, unless they've been following along, they won't have an idea. That's what.
Hello, hello, hello. All right, this is still working. Hello, everybody. So we're gonna move on to the next part. If you didn't get this, I mean, you should have. I basically gave you the code. But you would see flag.png. That would be in your file system. Flag.png is the flag. Now, obviously, that's an image, and you can't open that on AWS. But you know, the point being, you got the flag. You could have gotten that in a Rails CTF. That was in a Rails CTF 2 years ago. I will probably be including a very similar challenge in the CTF coming up in the spring, because scripting is important. So the second challenge is a lot more cool, and a lot more cybersecurity related.
Do you want me to say something about this?
About the jail?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pass it off to co-president Steven here, who's like super technical and knows a lot of cybersecurity stuff, to explain why this matters in the real world.
It usually doesn't, but when it does, it's cool. So, who here's used Python before? Like before this workshop, right? A few people. Who's written like a calculator in Python or something dumb like that? Yeah, any user input? Have you checked your user input? Do you sanitize it? Do you make sure it's not bad, right? Because if you want to write a calculator app, you usually use something called eval, which just runs the user input. Websites do this a surprising amount of time, which is scary. Most websites now that use Python use something called Django, I think it's called.
Yep.
And you can, most of the time, inject Python code in it and run Python code on their website. So this is going to be a simulated Python injection. We call it a jail. So if someone's running a Python script and they just use user input without like looking at it, you can usually just run Python code on their website or on a server, right? This is a very common exploit. So if you want to do vulnerability research, this will hit a lot of computers in the wild. So what we're going to show you today is if we're just using a calculator app, how can we get control of someone's computer from it? How can we make it print files? How can we make it dump passwords? Things like that. So, ethically.
I was gonna say ethically.
We always have to say ethically. But, you know, it's something that people don't really think of, right, for a 187 project or whatever they do Python in now. But it's a very real danger. And we have people in the club that have found bugs like this, where you can have a website run Bitcoin miners or malware.
Yeah, so that's the real world part of it. Now the more specifics going on here. So as you said, treat this as a calculator. We call it Python jail because you're in a quote unquote jail. Now you want to break out of this jail, get into the file system of the computer that you're running on, and you're doing that all within a Python program. So imagine a world where you're entering into a Python program of some sort, and inside of there, it's running on some machine. And you can get into this machine and you can see the files on that machine. You can mess with the files on the machine. You can remove files. You can add files. You can do a lot of really bad stuff. So the whole idea is, breaking out and you're hacking it somehow. Basically, how we're doing this is you get one line of Python code that's executed, as he said, with the exec function. All that's doing is it's treating it just as if it was literally one line that you're saying, Python, run this line. So my example here is print Thomas was here. It prints Thomas was here. You could say rm-rf star, which would remove the entire file system. So please don't do that. So we're going to do this solely through the use of built-in Python functions, and you might be a little confused as to what that is. So this is a huge list of all the built-in Python functions. I highlighted that little one called max, and shocker, it's the maximum of a bunch of numbers that you input for it. So can anybody spot something here that might be super important towards what we talked about earlier with libraries that would allow you to really hack the hell out of some systems? Probably not, because there's like a million things up here. So I'm just going to give it to you. It's import. You can import stuff. This is built in, which means you don't have to code anything. Every single Python program on the planet. What's up? I'm not that close. Okay. Is this good? Is this a good volume level? Was that too loud? Am I good? All right. Basically, import allows you to, as we did with the other one, it imported tar file. So you could import image stuff. You could import, there's a lot of libraries for CTFs and hacking and such. So what we're doing with that is realistically the key to the jail. So you all have a file in your system called jail.py. You're going to do Python 3, all one, string, space, jail.py. It's going to welcome you to the Python jail. It's going to say, type 1, 2, or quit. So if you say 1, then you're going to enter the first jail. And the key here is OS. OS meaning operating system. What this can do is run every single command that Aryan told you earlier, along with about 1 million others, which means you can remove, again, you can add, you can cat, you can ls, you can cd. So that big string right there, that's my starter code for you, if you will. Not the import OS part. Import OS is equivalent to the code below it. So that's basically hacking Python to use things that are given to you in every single system to your advantage, as far as ethical hacking goes. So you will type verbatim the whole built-ins thing, and then I give you the freedom to do what you will with those Linux commands. Now your goal here is when you're running this program, there's a file called level1flag.txt. That's your flag. And you can, after you execute this function, it's going to say enter a flag, put in the admin override, which I know, or maybe you found it if you search through the file by hand. And if you want to cheat the system and learn nothing, sure. Or you can enter anything and it'll just either blow up the program or quit. So realistically, you want to read the contents of that file. And you can't cheat the system and try to quit out of this program and then go look for it manually. No, you have to do it inside of this jail. So you type verbatim built-ins dict import os dict system, and then that Linux command, again, that's your freedom. I'll give you a few minutes to do whatever you will with it. I highly recommend you can ls and see what files are there. You can move around, but your whole goal is realistically you want to read the file that has level 1 flag.txt. It will then print out the flag that you then input in the next command. I think it'll make a lot more sense when you're actually doing this yourself. You probably will have questions, but again, just try this. Try some Linux commands on your own. Ask around. And then we'll go to level 2, and that's where things get a bit harder. This can go down the rabbit hole of difficulty. So you can get, essentially infinitely difficult with these. I've seen it get to the point where you're only allowed to use the characters less than, greater than, and parentheses to solve the entire jail. So try this out. If you're completely lost, call us over. We can help. That was quick. Give this a shot. The whole point of this too is this is the perfect beginner CTF challenge for you all. This is everybody's first CTF challenge that they can solve. Okay, that's all I talked about. Also, highly recommend.
Just a quick note: the built-ins and dict, everything with the underscore is actually 2 underscores.
Yeah, it's 2 underscores. It's called Thunder. Thunder. D-U-N-D-R. Yep, Thunder. Oh, to make sure, I highly recommend typing this somewhere else. Here, I'll go on here. I highly recommend typing that line somewhere else to then copy paste because it's going to save you a lot of pain. Yeah, so you can copy paste in the AWS command line by selecting whatever text you will, and if you right click, then it's going to paste whatever you're selecting. But highly recommend you just copy this, paste it into a notepad file or something, and paste it as you go. Completely lost? What's up? Yeah, so the Linux command that's actually, so right there you want to say maybe you say ls here, extend, if you really type there's space, yeah, so what you're going to say, so where it says import, or well, first you have to run. So your key here is run. And then you want to that, and then Linux command is whatever you show. So ls cat, you're actually running normally in Linux, but now you're inside So that whole line is basically the type marks and OS, you're treating whatever you're running. So that's your way of breaking. That's the way that you break the system. And then you can manually issues.
Yeah, once I already.
What's that? Yeah, so they decide to recommend inside the default. So treating it as a string.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so now you're
No, you're good. But I found a Hack the Box challenge that's a website with Python injection.
You're
Yeah,
sending the slides, right?
yeah, we'll put the slides online.
Okay. We are putting the slides in our Discord.
We always have a maker space that you can drop by. Next thing we're we just have a room there. Basically, just maybe But right now, inside of I want to get back. So that's yeah. I swear this man typed it word for word. Her lines like the character from there trying to passing out. Should work. I've seen it working with other people. I know, you want to double check them? Yeah. Wait, So this is where you get created. Thomas, can I announce level 2? Hello? Is this thing working? Yeah, we're good? Hey guys, if you've done level 1, level 2 is roughly the same challenge, except you can't use some keywords. So look through Python functions in the built-ins to see if you can make those keywords without typing them out explicitly. I would look for the string function, str. That'll help you out.
Yeah, not like that. How do you feel like this?
for level 2, right?
What?
String stuff for level 2, right?
Yeah. So
Typed in exit. Like into the
I could show this. This is like a Hack the Box challenge, right? And it's supposed to be a website that has.
I think you should do a live demo. This page though.
Should I just put this in Should I just put the write up in the Discord?
Yeah, I mean chances are people will. I think it's a little too technical. But if you want to demo it together, that's
Tonight.
I don't know how much time it takes.
Also, I haven't done it myself. I didn't know it exists. So I'd be faking around with it.
What's up? Twitch chat.
I need to sleep on it.
Twitch chat.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do.
I just need to sleep on it. I don't know why. It's like a dumb error. It's like a dumb problem I should be able to fix.
You're live right now.
Sweet. No, 589 help anyone?
Good luck.
It's all just like. I need to look at. I should look at my old code to do it.
What?
If I can fix that, I think I'm done. Hopefully. Let's do Friday, but like you have 7 late days.
Thomas, do you want to do a quick announcement?
You want to do it?
Yeah.
You guys can post the other stuff on the Discord.
Everything will be on. I mean, this is pretty much it.
Okay. Yeah, because I have signed up.
And then if you're interested in this stuff, you should stop by the makerspace.
Good job.
I didn't have the mic. The mic is like
The mic is next level.
yeah, it's required because everybody like talking on their own, so it's like hard to reach out to everybody. Yeah, but my stuff was easier, so it was like easy to follow along. This stuff is hard. I don't know how to do level 2. The guy next to me was asking how do I do this, and I'm like, even I don't know. Yeah. Alright.
Starting.
I was gonna say, do you want to wrap up? People are leaving.
Well, semi-rep. I'm gonna
I
announce
didn't
the
think so,
room.
but okay, thanks.
I mean, it's 8:45, so.
You put the flag in a variable, so you can just do print flag.
Did I? Yeah. Bravo. Hello. Quick kind of announcement is that if you don't know, we have hacker hours. What that means, it's posted on the Discord, I believe, for all the schedule, along with every single time. Basically, we have a room in the Leaderly Graduate Research Tower, LGRT. It's a huge tower that way, I think. That's like Manila looking. That way, sure. It's the huge Manila Tower. We're on the second floor. It's room 212. We're like basically right outside the stairwell, not the bathroom, the other room. And so we're in there. It's probably open at this point, like 10 to 20 hours during the week, honestly. Whenever one of the officers is in there, we'll post something in a Discord channel called Room Status, and you can come and you can play CTFs. We can have people like Steven or other officers can help you with CTF challenges. We can help you learn cybersecurity concepts. You can just come and hang out. I'm probably just going to play like board games and do homework in mine, so you can do that too. Along with that, we semi have to wrap this up, I believe, because I don't think we're supposed to be in here too late. So you're more than welcome to be here for the next like 5-10 minutes, and then we kind of have to start going. Thank you all so much for coming, by the way. If you want to come talk to us too about whatever you want, please raise your hand, come talk to any of the officers. Thank you.
One quick thing before you guys leave, just an announcement. So next, or I guess 2 weeks from now is our next one. Same place, same time.
CTF this weekend.
But there's also a CTF this weekend, but I just want to announce, so it was supposed to be, I believe, by reversing.
Yeah.
That's going to be changed. So 2 weeks, we're swapping the web and the reversing. So 2 weeks from now is going to be web. So we're going to be doing SQL injections and web exploitation. So that's what you guys can look forward
If you
to.
want to stop by this weekend playing CTF.
Yeah, I said that. Thank you all for coming.